everyone. So we are going obviously into closed consultations, which is the first problem with this, is it should be open if they've got something they want to talk about with North Korea. But, I always remind the council members to think back to that feeling of us coming every other week and having to deal with another ballistic missile test or nuclear development from North Korea. Since then, we've done a lot. The president and Kim have had a summit. They're talking about having another one at the first of the year. Secretary Pompeo has been multiple times. We stopped military exercises. So we have given a lot of carrots up until now. We're not going to get rid of the stick because they haven't done anything to warrant getting rid of the sanctions yet. And I know that everybody says, well, there hasn't been a test. But if you look at the resolutions and the way they were set up, was they specifically dealt with the threat of peace and security by weapons of mass destruction and ballistic missiles. That threat's still there. They still have their facilities. They have still not allowed inspectors to go and inspect the nuclear facility or the ballistic missile facility. And as long as that's happening, we need to stay the course. And we will continue to do that. I think what Russia's trying to do is earn brownie points with North Korea. And I think they are also just trying to go ahead and talk about lifting sanctions because they're already cheating. They're cheating whether it's on the laborers, trying to bring North Korean laborers over. They're cheating with the refined petroleum. We know that they've been doing some things with the financial aspect of it. So they just don't want to get caught. We've caught them before. We've called them out. If they do it again, we'll call them out again. But this is, if they want to talk about North Korea, we're happy to talk about it, but literally nothing has changed.
On humanitarian exemptions, some council members have raised concerns about that. The US has been delaying or asking for more time to consider some of these requests. Can you respond to that? And can you enlighten us at all as to why Secretary Pompeo's talks today were postponed?
So I think when it comes to humanitarian, the U.S. is as generous of a country as you can get, but we're also smart. And what we know is that in the past, when humanitarian efforts went to North Korea, it never went to the people. It went to those in power and it went to the regime. And our goal is to make sure that we don't do anything if it's going to be compromised and not go to the people like we want. So right now we're doing vetting. We're looking at the technical aspects to make sure that this is not something that could be rerouted in another way. And so we're going to take our time to do that. Where we needed to send medicines and life solutions for them, we have done that, and we will certainly do that. But if it can be used in a different way, if we think they'll use it for another purpose, we are taking our time and vetting that very carefully. And then in terms of talks with Secretary Pompeo, North Korea said they needed to postpone it for whatever reason. Secretary Pompeo was ready to come. We continue to stand ready to talk, but I don't think that there was some major issue. I have talked with the administration, and basically what we're looking at is they postponed it because they weren't ready, and Secretary Pompeo and the administration stand ready to talk.
Is it connected with the Russian move here, do you think, in any way?
I think you have to ask the Russians about that. What I can tell you is these small little tactics by the Russians don't change the real threat that exists in North Korea. And we have to be smart about this. We have a very cordial relationship right now with North Korea. We're going to keep that. But it's one based on substance. And we're not going to be about talk. We have to be about actions. The U.S. has shown a lot of actions. Now it's North Korea's turn. There's no time to stall or no time to delay or try and get past not going through with what was agreed upon in Singapore. We're going to continue to push for that, and I think that we'll see what happens.
Ambassador, can I ask you on Yemen to be put back on soon?
Yes, I do think the talks are going to be rescheduled. There really was not a major reason why the talks went off kilter. I think that it's just a matter of rescheduling another day, and it doesn't change the fact that that summit is still scheduled for the president and Kim to meet after the first of the year. Thanks, guys.